All right, we're live. Me and Ryan today. Ryan, say what's up.
What's up? Hopefully everybody can hear that.
No, no audio issues this time. I swear, I'm just gonna have to be way more attentive to all my
Vigilant.
Yeah, I got to be more vigilant to all my settings. I don't know why my screen recording settings change every time I open it. It seems I just have to double check every time now. I can't be doing this anymore. But yeah, we're doing a little kind of early season draft recap or regrade. I'm not going to actually go through and tier everybody, but I think it's fun to go back through. Well, one, I'm not going to grade everyone because there's no point because everyone's rosters have like shuffled around. No one's roster looks anything like what they drafted. Generally, there's some people that don't fit that description, but just fun to see like where some people were drafted that were either really like really big sleeper picks that ended up producing well above their draft grade, or well above where they were drafted, and some people that are just huge busts from early in the draft. So I say let's just go down the list. We'll
Oh,
start with
well,
Ryan. Do you want to say anything,
well, I
Ryan,
was.
first?
Well, hold on. I'm just like quickly at a glance. I know we'll get to him, but this team of Bucky, Achan, Worthy, Tucker Craft, and Quentin Johnson.
Yeah,
You would you
tough.
would think that could be like an elite team. And obviously he benched QJ and Xavier Worthy got hurt week 1, but man, that would be a problem if he did not go week 1. But anyway, I assume we'll get to him. But I'm jumping around. But that just I was looking for him because I was like, oh, like, I wonder if Eric gave a star to Bucky or whatever. And I think, a case could be made for that. But yeah, that's a stacked squad, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was this close to putting a star on Achan. I would not on Bucky. I mean, but they both
No,
ultimately
fair,
got
fair, fair.
drafted like
It's
right around
close.
where they should have been drafted anyway. So I don't think quite deserving of
Yeah.
a star. But like
Yeah.
Genty also
Yeah.
technically has less points on the year, I think, than Irving and Achan. But I think we're already seeing Genty flashing
I mean,
what he really can do. And Jacobs is
yeah.
awesome, so that's why they get stars.
I'm I I like Genty. I'm not ready to like crown him because I think against better defenses, the Raiders O line has just proved to
Be
be a
bad.
disaster. Not that it's Genty's fault, obviously, but I think he's a product of his circumstances. Anyway, let's go in order.
Let's
Um,
start with yours. I'll give you what because I made this, so Ryan didn't have any input on it. Ryan's not necessarily going to agree with all these grades. Probably most of them he
sure.
will, but maybe not everywhere. Yeah. Ultimately, your logos here. You had Kittle, Eckler, and Christian Kirk all injured. Even though I know you traded Kirk, you traded Eckler. Blah blah blah. Darren Waller hurt. Cooper Cup just was not worth the value in the fourth round. There were plenty of guys there.
Yeah, bad pick.
You
You
could
could,
have
yeah,
gone. I
bad.
mean, if you always look at who you could have gone, I guess Matthew Golden. That's not that much better. Myers, Diggs, those are definitely better. Keenan Allen, you could have gone. That'd been I Johnny reached for Keenan Allen
I
here.
mean, he wasn't
Imagine
even
you
on a
reaching.
team. He wasn't even on a team at that point.
No, he was. He was signed by the Chargers already.
No.
Are you positive?
Maybe. Okay, I didn't want the risk of like,
Shakir, Pittman,
yeah,
Jennings. Like, there's guys that could have
yeah,
been.
yeah. I swung and missed on Cup.
You did.
And when
It's
I
okay.
when I drafted him, I had to scroll. Like it wasn't like he was like next on the board, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll. No, I thought he could be good. I think my thought process again, not that it matters, was like if you're the number 2 to Puka, I was like Puka's just so good that like maybe all he needs to do is like not play with Puka and his value will improve. And maybe JSN is just that good too. And I think he's
He is.
pretty equal, yeah, to Puka. So, yeah, obviously a swing and a miss. So a fair assessment on him for sure.
Yeah. And then I have your only
Um,
star is Dobbs. Now, have you kept him this entire time since you drafted him?
yeah,
Okay.
actually, I
Yeah.
know
Good
that's kind
stuff.
of crazy. Good one to. I think him and Devontae appear in the Steelers D appear to be the only 3 holdouts.
Still on your team from the beginning.
Yeah, and I think I probably got cute with the Gibbs trade. I mean, I probably should have just kept him.
Remind
That's on
everyone what
me.
that was because that was like early in the season, wasn't it?
It was Gibbs and Herbert for Burrow,
Ooh.
Egbuka, and uh Burrow, Egbuka, and $45.
Oh yeah, I don't mind
So
that. And then you
no,
traded Burrow
it
before he
was a
got
good.
hurt, so you made good use of
Yeah,
him.
yeah. And it was I think a fine trade. I think just like conceptual. Like I'm not mad at the trade. I think the trade was fine. I think I just would rather have. I don't know if Gibbs is RB1, but a top 3 RB instead of having an injured Bucky and I guess now Kamara. But anyway, yeah, I mean Gibbs would have been an end game guy. I got rid of him for people who weren't end game, so maybe a bad call, but it is what it is.
Yeah, here's what it is. Ultimately, you don't. There's not that many bads on your draft board, so that's a huge positive
Yeah.
to come away with.
Yeah.
I'm doing a quick glance. Only person I gave 0 bads to was Max. I don't think any
Let me
of
see.
his to me qualified as bad.
Where is Max?
5th. Well, we can just do his team while we're here.
All right, yeah, we're talking
I
about
don't.
him.
Derrick Henry's correct. That was correct value. Marvin Harrison. I was close to saying bad. He just had a good week though,
Yeah,
so like he might be
I would
back.
agree. I would agree with that
That's
assessment.
probably his worst pick. If you had to
And
pick
here's
one.
what I would say Marvin is not a great wide receiver right now. That doesn't mean that he's not providing decent fantasy value.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the difference of like, who cares if Marvin drops 3 easy catch slants in the game if he scores 10 to 12 points? You know,
Yeah.
like I don't care.
Yeah.
So
And then the only other potential bad I could have put is Matthew Golden. I mean, there were probably better guys he could have taken. He went for the upside of Golden, but that's why I'm not putting bad on
yeah,
it. I'm
not
not
a
putting
bad.
bad. I'm not
I
going
don't
to put
think that's
bad.
bad. Yeah, I would agree.
And then that's it. I mean, once you get past like
Yeah.
the 10th round, I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
going to really give anyone a
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
grade because it's a deep.
That's fair. Yeah.
Except for
that's fair.
Tua. Tua gets bad.
Agree. Agree with that assessment.
Okay, yeah, we can come back and like finish it out, but that's why the 0 bads there. For me,
Yeah, and Quinshawn, great pick. I think he got. I don't
yeah,
remember what he traded
Woody
him for,
Marks.
but
I don't think he kept him, but
he
like
did not. Yeah,
crazy.
good picks.
Me, Jamar, ultimately bad through the merit of an injury that's not his fault.
Not your fault.
I
Your
mean,
fault.
but he's bad. He's been bad. You can't really. I don't know what to put there except for bad. I could have put nothing, but I think it's worth putting a bad.
It's bad. Yeah, it's bad.
Mike Evans hurt. Chuba Hubbard, I think fair value. Pearsall, I don't think he's quite worth a star if he was healthy. He's just now hurt. He's not really that hurt.
Yeah.
He's pretty solid pick for there. ETN was a star. I just traded him. Jerome Ford, terrible. Mims, fine. Kyle Williams didn't do anything, so bad. Hunter Henry, tight end 1, big gold star. Tua bad. Rams D is really good. I just traded them.
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
I just still want to like toot my own horn. Like I had them on my board. It's like if I know I'm not going to get like the Broncos D, which I want. I did end up getting them through trade after 1 week, but the Rams D was like 100% my like. I'm just going to hammer the Rams D in the last round if they're there and they should be there, unless the mocks failed me. But like people didn't have the Rams graded that highly, and I thought they were pretty good. So okay, anyway, that's and Tua sucks. So there's that. I guess I could have gone. Who could I have gone? Stafford, probably a little better. Darnold, Geno Smith, Aaron Rodgers. Could have gone with any of those guys. I would have been better off. Aaron Rodgers week 1. I would have been sick week 1 if I had took Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, that's my team. Onto Walker's team. I think Barkley and Kamara are just properly valued where he took them. I'm not going to give either of them stars. Tyreek Hill hurt. Probably would have given him a bad if he wasn't hurt. Olave, I think I was going to... Off the rip, I did not like Olave, but he's like getting a crap ton of targets. Just not a lot of good, not a lot of high quality targets, but he's getting a lot of targets in the touchdowns.
Yeah, the Saints offense is really interesting in that like I know you gave me crap in the text about like, I thought you didn't like Kamara, and I don't like Kamara, and the Saints are terrible, but they're so bad that like it's garbage time in the third quarter, and teams are just playing like very lax defense, and they can like Olave's getting a lot of volume, Johnson's getting a lot of volume, Kamara is getting a ton of touches, and it's just like, yeah, because they have no choice but to like try to play with a sense of urgency, and these other teams just let them
Or
do what they want in the second half. I don't know. That's my theory, but they're
or
like better players than like their offense would suggest. You know.
right. I mean, or they're in a competitive game with the Bills, so everyone's getting the ball.
That was crazy.
Mayfield solid. Could have even put a star on Mayfield. But he is like the what is that like the seventh or so quarterback off the board, sixth. So
Yeah.
that seems about right for him. Kincaid, I reluctantly put a star on him because I just feel like it's been sort of fluky how he's just getting like last game.
I'm
It's like
fine
one
with
catch
yeah,
for a touchdown, but he is the tight end 2 or 3 on the season,
yeah,
so you can't
yeah.
really argue that.
Well,
Um,
and I think the thing while we're talking about it, because we have the tight end 1 and the 2 already, like both of them. Maybe I don't know about Kincaid. Henry has a game where he got like 1.4. You know, and so
yeah,
it's just like tight ends. Even like the tight end 1, it's like that doesn't necessarily mean that week in and week out they're
Hunter
gonna
Henry
have
had
these.
1 point week 2.
Yeah, and he
So yeah,
had his he had a long touchdown last week, which is why he got
yep.
10 points. You know, like so I think both Henry and Kincaid, maybe they keep this up and have top 5 tight end years, but like along the way they're going to lay a dud. Like
Yeah.
it's going to happen, but yeah, I would give him the star. He's played well so far.
Yeah, I think actually to correct myself, he is the 3. Kincaid is the 3. The number 2, Ryan, do you have it off the top of your head? Give you 5 seconds. Who is it?
Uh
3,
Jawan?
2. No, close. He is up there. It is Jake Ferguson.
Oh yeah, he's been good.
He
Yeah.
is getting like averaging almost 10 targets a game,
And it's
and getting
only going to go up.
and it's going to keep staying where it is at least.
Yeah.
So Ferguson is the real like tight end 1 candidate right now.
Yep.
Kraft as well, Warren. Those are guys that are just they're seeing consistent good volume. It's
Yep.
not like fluky at all. It doesn't feel like
Yeah.
you could argue Hunter Henry's a little fluky at this point, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Finish off his. I mean, Leggett. I mean, it's late in the draft. Maybe not. Maybe it's rude to call him
He's
bad,
bad.
but he also
Yeah,
was
yeah,
injured a
he's
little bit. So it's both. And then Juwan Johnson. Look at him, all the way down there.
Yeah.
Juwan, by the way, is the 7 on the season. Fell off pretty hard after weeks 1 and 2. Yeah, you traded for him after 1 week.
I got him. He has
Yeah.
Kittle waiting in the wings. I mean, Kittle, I don't know what he is, but through like 1 quarter, he had 11 points. So he was on his way to the tight end 1 status. But
Right.
yeah, they're a mess. So
Yeah. So yeah, I think his team, not a lot of bad going on here. Just an injured Tyreek, and Leggett wasn't a great pick, but otherwise it's been pretty. He made decent picks everywhere.
Yep.
All right, Mitchell. I'm gonna give Bijan the star. It's hard to give anyone the star if you're the 4th pick of the draft, but like I think he is living up to above the guys taken before him in Barkley and Gibbs. He is above them on the year in points. So I'll give him the star for that. McLaurin's been bad and now injured, so it's really a mix of both. Monty was a reach at the time, but ultimately I think he's getting the value out of him. Odunze, a huge star here, really kept Mitchell alive, if anything. And then Bo Nix had some ups and downs. Really, he's just been down. I think he's on the up now, but slow start to the season. Pitts ended up being solid. Almost put a star here because Pitts is actually the tight end, 8 on the season. So I think he got him at good value here. Palmer, whatever, Garendo and Trey Harris have done absolutely nothing, so they're getting the bads. And then after that, it's just whatever. Dart, I thought about throwing a star, but he only played 1 week so far, so that'd be a bit of an early overreaction. But good that you got someone like that in the 13th round. Ryan, any thoughts on Mitchell's team?
Yeah, great pick in the 3rd round.
Should
No, I mean, I think he's had a weird year in that, like, he's not, like, last year it was just like 12 every game. This year it's been like 1, 5, 35. You know, like,
you're talking about Monty in general. I thought you were talking about Mitchell.
Yeah, I'm talking about Monty in general, but I guess that's an indictment of Mitchell's year. Like, and the funny thing is too with Mitchell, like, and I thought this about myself too. Like, both of us are definitely chop candidates this week.
For sure.
And our lineups are weak. Mitchell because of buys, obviously. Mine, I've got some injuries, but like Is he third in scoring on the year,
He
and I'm
is.
fourth in scoring on like the two chop candidates are like third and fourth respectively. So I don't
That's
know. I don't
injuries and
know
bye
what
weeks.
the
Your injuries and his is bye weeks. So
yeah.
I don't
I
do it.
guess so. Yeah, there's your answer. But anyway, yeah. I only can see one player on his team. Great season by Adunze as well. That was a great pick.
Yeah. I think there's a world where I on like my mocks and like just kind of like my board in general. I knew I had to take a running back here at this turn, and I really wanted Pearsall, and I'm glad I got him. But like Odunze was another guy that like I would have considered if I went running back and then receiver or something like that. I there was a world where I would have taken Odunze, and I wish it could have happened, but I never had the chance. He took him before he got there, and it was a good pick, great pick. Yeah, we already kind of touched on Max's team. Henry's fine, even though he had that one bad week. But his big home runs were Ibuka, Quinshot Judkins, and Woody Marks, which he owns none of them now, but still good picks. You could argue Goddard was a good value pick here. After Hunter Henry. So I mean, you're getting the what is he ranked? The 10th best tight end this late in the draft. So I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty solid. Okay, Jack. I think Jack had a pretty good draft. He was my S tier draft grade. Justin Jefferson and JSN have panned out to what they should be for where he drafted them. JSN argument could be made for a star for going after guys like AJ Brown and McConkey and T Higgins, who are all and Brian Thomas. Literally the four receivers taken before him, all huge busts, and then everyone after him. McLaurin's been hurt and bad. Mike Evans has been hurt. Like he pretty much found the diamond in this like stretch of receivers that went in the draft. So really, I could be putting a star here for kind of finding the needle in the haystack. It almost seems like in this tier. Well, it's literally pretty funny if you keep going. Tyreek, Marvin Harrison, Devontae was good. Anyway, James Conner gets hurt. Jalen Warren is now hurt. Kyler Murray's been bad for where he drafted him. You can look farther down and see you could have gotten a Drake May. You could have gotten a Herbert, a Jordan Love, a Dak, Purdy, so many quarterbacks. Just wait. Kyler was not the answer. Braylon was bad, and now he's hurt. Now he's on IR, I believe, even. Braylon's the guy I had on my board. I would have taken Braylon here, I think, instead of Ford if he was there. So, yeah, makes Judkins look that much better when he's sandwiched between Braylon Allen and Jerome Ford. Broncos D has been solid. Mixon ended up, he just dropped him. I think not looking good. I don't think the outlook has gotten any better. He might not play this year. But then great pick on Caleb Williams. So it didn't matter that you missed on Kyler. And it doesn't matter anyway because I'm pretty sure your quarterbacks all switched around after a couple weeks anyway.
And Darius Slayton is still rostered.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know he dropped them, but I'm looking at the last round picks. Not a ton of
Juwan, LA Rams is what I got for the good
guys. Well, I mean, I'm
Geno
looking at
Smith, Aaron
if
Rodgers.
I'm looking at if they're rostered. Because I think if you've got a guy in the last
yes, no. Yes, now. Didn't someone just pick him up? Trevor Etienne.
Yeah, I guess.
A.D. Mitchell. I don't know if he is picked up. Rodgers, actually not rostered. Wicks is rostered, right? Maybe he's got to be. Let me type in Wicks. He's not rostered. Geno, yes, no, yes. Johnny had him last week or something, and then no. So yeah, half the 18th round, or not the 18th round, 13th round is on a roster, which is pretty impressive, I think.
It is surprising, yeah.
It's more so the 17th round that's dead. No, yes, no, yes. I'm guessing no, yes. Yes, no, yes, no. Wait, maybe yes.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, so it's like the 18th round might be better than the 17th round. 16th round looks pretty bad too. I'm not going to go through it, but it looks kind of bad looking at just at a glance. Yeah.
All right, Ben's team. Keep it moving.
Let's keep it moving. We're not trying to do an hour-long video here.
30.
Yeah, we're at 19 by the way, so we'll pick up the pace here.
Speed
CeeDee
it up.
Lamb
Sorry,
hurt. Jaden Daniels, I should have put the hurt. He did get hurt, but he's back. Pacheco just bad. Javonte awesome. Bill Krosky, I didn't really know what to think. I mean, after the
Yeah.
Eckler injury, I was like, okay, this is great now. But it seems to be a huge committee there. So, but he's fine. Mark Andrews is fine, and now that he's picked it up, Burden bad, Lockett bad, unrostered. Mari Cooper retired. So, pretty much Ben was held up basically by the Jaden Daniels and Javonte picks. You could say Bill Krosky as well. But yeah, that's...
And it's CD before he got hurt.
Yeah, CD before he got hurt, for sure.
Oof,
Okay.
this is tough.
This is a bad one. We knew this was rough going in because of Rashee Rice. Bowers, is anyone going to argue with me? Is anyone going to argue with me that this is bad?
No, I don't think so.
You could have taken McCaffrey, Amon-Ra, Puka, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Jacobs even. I wouldn't have been a bad pick here.
Bowers they reached for him too. Like he wasn't.
His ADP is like 12 or something.
Yeah.
Something much higher. Ken Walker,
pick.
fine. Travion Henderson has been a bad pick. He's not panned out to what people thought he would do. Rashee Rice got suspended after the draft, so that's why that'll be a bad pick. But kind of against.
Not a bad pick. Just you don't have bad. Yeah. Whatever.
It's just that he's suspended. Dobbins, ultimately, I gave him a star. He's been good.
Pick. Yeah, good pick.
Jaden Higgins, bad. Mooney, fine. He just was hurt. I should have put the hurt thing on him. Jordan Love, great pick. Seahawks defense, great pick. The rest of it's a wash. Didn't hate the idea behind the Thornton pick here. He had some upside. Yeah, it's a bad. This would be close to an F tier draft.
He's still in. And dare I add to the. I hope they're gonna watch this. It's fine. Bad trades. T and Judy have done nothing. And it's like a bad draft and like some misses in trades. Like the fact that they're hanging around.
Well, that's why he's lowest points for on the year of the alive teams right now, and and like not a ton of fab either. So like has not done super well with the trades this year.
Right.
Some bad breaks in the draft. So not off to a great start. I think I had him last in the power rankings too.
I think you did.
So, tough.
But they're here.
Start. You're alive. It's all that matters.
And like we talked about, Huff had a pretty good draft, and he's gone. So,
just all about management and luck.
Yep. And you got to start your stars, or else it doesn't do much good. But
Phil's team. One of the two F grades I gave. McCaffrey gets a star. Breece Hall, much better than I thought. I thought I'd be putting a bad here in the recap. Talking before week 1 even. I did not like that pick. DK has been solid. Travis Kelce's been fine. Brian Robinson, that was an auto draft, but bad. Obviously terrible. It hasn't done anything. Keon Coleman, decent for where he got him. Shaheed, I gave a star. I think that's good value.
I think Coleman is like we talked about with some of the tight end stuff. Like, I think his overall on the year performance is fine, but
from 1 week.
The week Phil was he's just so volatile, and I think that obviously wound up hurting him because I think he got a couple points when Phil went. So Keon, good pick, but I think he's got Grim Reaper vibes.
I agree.
Being honest.
Yeah, so. It's if only there was a way to quantify, and it's somewhat subjective, quantify the volatility of a player because
it's just their standard deviation of their.
But then you don't know what the trend is. Just because what they have done to start the season, you don't know if they're going to continue that. But and it's too early in the season. The sample you're working with is low.
Yeah, I guess.
So your perceived their perceived volatility, I would agree. He was probably going to continue to be a volatile player. But if only there was a way to quantify that. Obviously, your goal in a guillotine is to probably have the least amount of volatility in your lineup early in the season, at least. But on the flip side is, as we've said, if you have one guy pop off, it can make up for a bunch of your guys doing bad. So maybe go all volatile players, and you're bound to have one of them do well, and then you're fine.
Yeah, I kind of went against my. I've got it's kind of the argument to be made for Jameson Williams, and it's kind of usually I like my consistency, but I think Jameson Williams is another example of he might screw you, but the weeks he pops off, he could save you, which
for sure.
To each their own. But
Exactly.
yeah.
I'm gonna give him the bad on Stroud and the star on Wandale, mainly due to the injury now to what's his face Neighbors. So
Neighbors.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm curious because Neighbors went out and I mean not in what, the second quarter?
and he did not do much.
Um
Wandale did not.
no, and I don't know. I think the Giants wide receivers, like, I think it's gonna be weird. Like, Wandale should be the pretty clear cut wide receiver one, but I wouldn't be surprised if like they just spread it around a bunch. And like even like Jalen Hyatt might get in there. Like they've just got like a
Slayton.
ton of just I mean Slayton obviously, but like deeper guys that you're like, oh yeah, they play for the Giants. You know, like
Right.
Giants have guys like that. So yeah, I think
Hyatt's
he
a
should
fun
be on
one.
paper. Huh?
I said Hyatt's a fun one. Like if Dart ends up like slinging it a
Yeah,
bit, like
yeah. Yeah, they anyway.
we'll see.
He
That's
should be. He should be. But
yeah. I hope he's good because I have him now and I'm desperate for people to not suck. Um, yeah, I would definitely regrade Phil around like a B or something. Like definitely up from an F. Like the draft was not
yeah.
bad. Cooper, Monra, Jalen Hurts, solid. Sutton gets the star. I think you just got good value there from where you drafted him. Relative to people around him, that if you look around, I think Sutton was the right pick there. Judy has not lived up to expectations. Jordan Mason's been great. Loveland's been next to nothing, so that's definitely a bad pick. Trey Benson gets hurt. Tootin's a good pick. And in that late in the draft, you look along that line, you got Tootin and Woody Marks, two great finds there at running back. Later in the draft, and then that's it for his team. The rest of it's kind of whatever. So yeah, Cooper definitely a pretty solid draft outside of Judy and Loveland, I would say.
And I mean again, this is subjective. I liked the Judy pick in the moment.
Sure.
Like, he had a great second half.
Good
like
Guillotine
Flacco.
guy.
Yeah, Flacco is like, I think he had given the receivers on the Colts last year like some good, some good numbers over over Richardson. So anyway, I thought he would come in and sling it, but not quite.
Yeah. I think that pretty much wraps it up for Cooper's team. We're halfway through. Let's go. We got this. We're going to go over 30 minutes for sure, but we'll try to cut it as short as possible.
Maybe like 35.
35, let's do it. 1 minute per team at most. All right. Joey. Nico Collins, solid. McBride. This might also be a hot take, and I know David and I were just talking to the chat about McBride. I don't think that's a good pick in the second round. Like, you could have taken Jalen Hurts. I think Joey would be alive if he took Jalen Hurts and not McBride. And I'm even against taking quarterbacks this early. Not as much as
I don't think it's a bad. I think it's close. I wouldn't give it a bad.
Sure, that's me maybe being a little overcritical. But just to see, you could have had Brees. You could have had Kenneth Walker. You could have had Jaden Daniels. You could have had JSN. Why the hell are you taking Trey McBride? In retrospect, obviously hindsight 2020, but to me that's my reasoning for the bad. There was so much other better talent on the board. RJ Harvey just hasn't lived up, so bad.
Third round.
Scattaboo, great.
Tough.
Yeah, third round for RJ Harvey, tough. But I took him in a different league too, so I understood there was some hype around the potential that he could win that backfield, and not much else for the rest. I'm going to give the Ravens bad.
They screwed him.
Torrey Horton could have a little star, maybe.
Ravens, if he just didn't start a defense, he'd be in.
Yep, they killed him.
And just another, check your lineup. If they're playing the Chiefs and the defense is very injured, go find another defense.
Yep.
That's why you got to check.
All right, minutes up for his team.
Yep.
James, Puka, awesome. Our wide receiver 1 on the season. Josh Allen, could have given him a star maybe. Been great. Garrett Wilson, big star there. He's really overperformed what I thought he would. Caleb Johnson, horrendous. Might be the worst pick of the draft, to be honest. I'm not even kidding. Maybe not worse than Harvey. It's worse than Harvey, even though it was after Harvey. Charbonnet, great. Jaden Reed, hurt. Tajay Spears, we already knew it, hurt. Ferguson, I did not mean to keep that Band-Aid there. Ferguson, huge home run, maybe one of the biggest stars of the draft. I should have given my number 1 star of the draft. Ferguson there might be the biggest star of the draft.
Maybe next year. That's no fun. I was gonna say one star, 1 bad per row or something, but I think not as fun that way. Maybe not.
Yeah. Najee hurt. The rest is a wash. Aaron Rodgers, fine. Good stuff, I guess, there in the last round. So yeah, James, I would definitely regrade him from an F. Like, tells you what I know. Probably more like a B, or maybe an A. Probably an A, because if you can nail your first 3 picks, even with Caleb Johnson being bad, you're gonna be in good shape. All right, there's a minute. JC, Neighbors gets hurt. That sucks. AJ Brown, terrible, awful.
Hate him. Never
Swift,
a good pick.
Fine. Mahomes has overperformed, I think, what people thought he would do. Myers is fine. Ramondre, I gave him a star. He did way better than people thought, at least, to give him the credit. Like, so
I disagree with the star. I think he's maybe a nothing.
He's a nothing, probably.
It's funny. Like, I don't know. He was in a league that was like so thin on RBs. Like, he was the number 1 running back on their depth chart, and people were like, "No, give me Henderson." It's like, he's like Henderson was what, 2nd round, 3rd round, like, and Ramondre is so much farther down, and it's like, if they list him RB1, like, take him, like, they're not lying to you most of the time. So
yeah, but he's had his fumble issues, and those have kind of continued. But yeah, Jonnu just hasn't really done much. Hollywood Brown, I'm going to give him the star for the value you got out of him for early in the season. And the rest is pretty much nothing. Yeah, nothing notable there. So it would regrade JC from an A to probably like a C, like, even with some decent picks here and there. If you can't control an injury, but AJ Brown being bad he's the worst pick of the first 2 rounds, probably, other than
I would say so.
McConkey and T and Chase Brown.
McConkey and T are bad. Yeah.
So yeah. All right, Jake's team. Lamar gets hurt now, but ultimately fine. James Cook, huge star there. DJ Moore has not lived up to it at all, and thank God I did not take him. He was on my board to potentially take at the 1-2 or the 2-3 turn. Glad I didn't do that. Flowers, fine. Chubb almost put up bad, but you got some weeks out of him to start the season, so you'll take it. Ingram has been bad, has not done enough. Ertz, big star, been great. Thielen ultimately has done nothing, and the Vikings D is a kind of a sneaky star there.
Yep. Saved it. I mean,
Geno Smith has been pretty good for him too. Oh.
Yeah, Vikings D, when they put up 30, I don't know if the rest of his team had like a stellar week. So I think he was pretty easily safe, but like he would have been, I think, sweating it if they hadn't popped off. So
right. I agree.
Moving on,
Matt. London, fine. Hampton, good. Almost put a star there, but I probably should have if I'm going to put one on Genty. Devonta Smith has just been really bad. Aaron Jones got hurt. Diggs fine. Jennings got hurt. Jaden Blue's done nothing. And then after that, I've got nothing else to say about his team. And he's been chopped.
Fields got hurt too.
Fields got hurt, and he's been pretty volatile. Yep. He's had 2 good weeks and then a bad week.
Yep.
So yeah, Matt's gone. Tough break on the injury and the bad Devonta Smith.
Potter.
But yeah, Potter.
You could put a bad for Jameson. Like, it's not that crazy.
Yeah, I put him as a nothing. I mean, you're right. But if you look at who was drafted around him, like unless you're taking Pickens or Worthy, he's been good. You're not really getting anyone that much better. Debo. Yeah. But Brian Thomas, terrible. Adam McConkey's been terrible, unfortunately, even though the Chargers are looking good. It's been the Keenan Allen and QJ show. Forget McConkey. J-Mo, whatever. Tracy got hurt. Almost could have put a bad there, too. Tyler Warren's been a huge winner from the draft. Pittman's been great for where you could get him. Godwin, I mean, he started the year on injured, but he's been good. He should start to be good, is what I'm saying. Dak, really great. Fannin, a little subtle star down there for what you got out of a tight end that late in the draft. Solid.
And Chris Rodriguez, maybe. I mean, I know they're like very a committee, but
yeah,
I just had him, and they have a very soft schedule coming up. So I think he's their RB1 as much as they have an RB1, and somebody's gonna get touches. So he probably is a serviceable play for the next month or so.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
Bad beginning of the draft followed up by a good later draft, so made up for it. All right, David, I'm giving Genty and Jonathan Taylor stars. Those have been great. I think David did this last year too, which is like he goes 2 running backs early, and he's generally hit on them, except for last year it was Pacheco getting hurt, I think, if I remember. McMillan, I mean, he's not so bad that he's he's in a bad situation, but he's getting the targets, getting the volume. Jalen Waddle's been fine, as much as I'd love to always put a bad on Jalen Waddle. Hawkinson has been bad though. Downs, I think, has not lived anywhere near to what I mean. Especially if you take Downs before Pittman. I mean, yeah, that's bad. And then Tillman gets hurt. McCarthy gets hurt. I like Ao Manor. Big kind of a steal in the draft there late near QJ. 2 steals right here. Good stuff. So ultimately, David had a pretty good draft. Just these 2 bad picks. Maybe.
I don't know if I'd give A.O. Manor a star. I mean, not his fault.
For how late you got him, look at these people. Tesla, nothing. Hopkins, nothing. Pat Bryant, nothing. Michael Wilson, nothing. Jack Besh. Okay. Come on. Yeah, good for... He found a diamond here in that stretch of receivers for sure. Just like QJ. All right, Saunders, Fleming. Jacobs, giving him the star. T. Higgins has been bad. Pickens, great. Laporta's been what he should be. Bigsby's bad because he got traded, unfortunately.
And they just good. Before he got traded, they just decided they didn't want him anymore.
1 week they're like, never mind.
Yeah.
It's ETN. Yeah. ETN's getting the entire workload. That's pretty much all I got. Ayuk he drafted knowing he was injured, but there's not really a lot of too good or bad from this draft, except for that these are stars and these are bads. So
we probably skipped off. I feel like we've hit on his team.
Yeah. Let's see if anything else I want to say. Yeah, I mean,
he's not going to watch.
Yeah, he had a good draft, but huge reach on Lawrence is what I'll say. But he had some really good. Bad. The QJ and the Kraft and even Purdy here, not bad at all.
Yeah, but it's like if you're gonna take, like, if you have Purdy,
just don't take Lawrence.
Look at who you could have, like Keenan, Shakir, Pittman, like so many guys that you could have instead.
Yeah, completely agree. So, all right, last but not least, Johnny, one that I had strong opinions about because I thought, I'm like, why are you drafting so many Titans? Which I think that held up. You don't need both Pollard and Ridley. Pollard's been fine. Ridley has not been. Chase Brown, just the Bengals as a whole have been bad. So Chase Brown has been bad. Kyron's fine. Drake May's been great. Keenan Allen's been great. It's so funny how this was like such a reach at the time, and it's really worked out. Like it was actually the right time to take him. So I'll give him his props there. Mason Taylor, maybe that's a harsh bad because
that's harsh,
but he's like the 30th tight end right now, and I think that's what I checked. He's 30th on the year.
He had a good week last week. They used him a lot.
He might be on the up.
He's coming back. Yeah,
he might be on the up. Jack Besh, just terrible, and then Troy Franklin, nice little late grab there. He kind of has fallen off after weeks 1 and 2, but early signs were that he's like kind of the second guy there. Yeah, that's what we got. I think we cranked out those last ones pretty quickly. So Ryan, any closing thoughts? I think it's always fun to like revisit this a couple weeks in to see where some people were way off on their valuations of people.
Yeah, it's fun and it's not because they changed so much.
Like these people are not, like 80% of these people are on different teams now.
Yeah, it's just funny. Maybe it's 50%. Funny to look at. But yeah, I mean the Huff stuff is really, that's a fascinating one because it's not a draft of somebody who should be chopped. But,
I don't know, when your 4th and 5th pick are horrendous.
I mean, there's people who had worse drafts, I guess. But
there are certainly.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't miss on his first 2, and he has 2 late round stars. So
who's maybe let's give our like hot takes. Who do you think had the worst draft? Who do you think had the best draft?
I mean, Marks is pretty bad.
It is. There are some positives. Walker, Dobbins, Love.
Yeah,
CLC.
I mean, you could probably find positives in all of these, I would say.
But yeah, it probably is. It could be me. I'm towards the bottom for sure.
And I also don't, and I guess I can come at him because he's not going to watch. But, like, I don't like Joey's draft. I mean, the Texans, are lost. I guess maybe you didn't know that before the season. But Njoku as a second tight end, I did not think, and I'm wrong, but I did not think Scatabo and Harvey were going to be good. At least, like, they're rookies. You had veteran guys who were coming off good years ahead of them. Like, I think I've voted for Joey every week. So,
yeah, I think you're right. I think it's got to be Joey or Mark.
Yeah.
Worst draft. Unfortunately, best draft might be Max, just because I said I don't have any bads on his. Like, he just didn't really have any big misses.
Yeah, I like Dave. I mean, I think David's was really good. Hawkinson was a good pick. It's surprising that he's not performing. I don't love McMillan, even though his production's been fine. I'm just like, do I really want to bet on like the Panthers to have consistent performances? But other than that, like I think David's team is strong and continues to be strong. He's got a lot of fab, so he's in. I think David can make a deep run this year.
Yeah, yeah. Max, David, and the other one I throw into the top tier is Jack. I think his draft still holds up. Just James Conner gets hurt, Jalen Warren gets hurt. These are
Also
bad, but everything else is good.
Yeah, and I know you'll disagree. I really don't like JC's draft. I just never like AJ Brown in any format.
I just think he
Neighbors,
gets
like
bad, and I love Neighbors. I loved him going into
I
the
didn't
season.
like Neighbors. It's just,
Oh,
I mean, hindsight's 2020, but like I don't know. Like Russell Wilson is just like he's so washed. Had a terrible year with the Steelers, and it was just like, do you want that to be your first pick of the draft? Like, I don't know. So
fair points. Fair points.
yeah.
I don't mind it at all.
And,
Totally. I
and
would,
Mahomes.
in his
Mahomes
position,
had
I'd probably
a
take
bad
Neighbors
year.
over London and Brian Thomas. I'm not. I think I take exactly who he took there.
Yeah,
In his,
yeah.
There's a world I would have taken Jacobs. I definitely like Jake. I was definitely high on Jacobs, but
Yeah.
I'm not in a position in the draft to be taking Jacobs.
Yeah, you didn't want to take him 2 overall.
No. I would have taken Bijan, by the way, if I wasn't going to take Jamar. If like Ryan took Jamar, I was taking Bijan. So I kind of wish that happened. I wish Ryan took Jamar.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't. Alrighty.
Fun stuff. We'll keep doing these every year. It's always fun to look back. But good luck, guys, this week. 2 videos this week. We're really pumping them out.
Hopefully we can hear this one.
Yep, we can. 100%. All right. See you guys.
All right. See ya.